Who knew last Saturday night would end up being one of the best nights of my entire life? And nothing super out of the ordinary happened, but something important did. I had just come back from a week in Cyprus. I hosted a major event for my company. Almost 40 people flew there just for what I created. That level of responsibility hits differently when you're neurodivergent. By the time I landed, I wasn't just tired, I was dysregulated. And for a neurodivergent person, dysregulated does not mean stressed. It means crisis. For me, it means nerve pain flaring up, electrical shooting pain through my body, heart palpitations, my brain looping the same thoughts over and over and over. I get unfocused, clumsy, irritable, argumentative. I become a version of myself that doesn't feel like me. And at the same time, that version is still me. That is the reality of being neurodivergent. So when my luggage was lost and flights were delayed and I almost missed my connection, my nervous system didn't bounce back. It spiraled. I got home on Friday completely spent. The next day, it was a friend's birthday party. And honestly, I just didn't think I could go. Not because I didn't want to, but because for neurodivergent people, social energy depends on regulation, not willpower. And this group that I found here in Amsterdam has become such a huge part of my regulation. This was the first birthday where I wasn't just attending, I belonged. I showed up toward the end of setup, and when I walked in, 9 of the people I feel closest to in this community were already there. That mattered because I wasn't arriving to strangers. I was arriving to my core group. No one questioned my timing. No one made me feel wrong or behind. That alone helped my nervous system settle. I walked into the house carrying cakes and macarons, and everyone stood up. They cheered. They called my name. They hugged me like they were genuinely happy that I was there. And that moment did something to my body. Because for neurodivergent people, being visibly wanted is regulating. Most of my life, people were very unbothered by my presence. That kind of emotional uncertainty, it keeps the nervous system on high alert. But here there was no guessing. I was welcomed. My body softened almost immediately. I cried. I told people how much they meant to me, and no one mocked my sensitivity. That is another form of safety. All night, there was structure, movement together, a buddy system, no one left alone. Predictability like that really helps the nervous system for a neurodivergent person. I arrived exhausted and I stayed out until almost 6 a.m, not because I pushed myself, but because being around people who regulate you actually restores energy. That is something that people like me are rarely taught. Nothing about that night was extraordinary. Just a birthday, friends, a Saturday evening. But it came after intense dysregulation and into a space where my nervous system could finally feel safe. And that is so much of what belonging is for me. Not excitement, not stimulation, but regulation. And that's why last Saturday was one of the best nights of my entire life.